wanted to give you a quick look at the text input on the Samsung Omnia. This is a virtual T9 compatible keypad, so I'm going to type this is a test. Works quite well. The only complaint I would have is that there's no vibration feedback on the keys. Unlike most of the other stuff that Samsung's done, text input doesn't give haptic vibration feedback, which is a real shame. If I can bring up the other choices here, you can see that there are the normal block recognizer, the like old Palm School type thing, but what we're looking for here is the full QWERTY keyboard. You can see it's quite narrow here. It works, but it is not easy to use. It's just too narrow. Word completion does make it a little bit better though. It also does work in horizontal landscape format though, which definitely is a little bit easier on your fingertips, especially if you have big hands. So this works better. Still, this isn't a device that's going to be great for heavy texters. Good passive device for reading email and stuff like that. One thing I wanted to point out is if you enter this is the messaging system, and if you enter a subject, it'll automatically tell you that you're going to send an MMS instead of an SMS, and that's a heck of a lot more intuitive than having to pick MMS or SMS. So I kind of like that. Plus, this isn't Microsoft's normal text editor. You might notice little differences like the pages and things like that. So text input's not great, but the messaging app itself's pretty nice. So photo viewer, it looks for all the images everywhere on the device, and considering the device has 16 gigabytes of internal storage, there's a lot of room for photos and stuff in there. These right here are ones I actually took on the Omnia itself, and so far the camera's been really, really impressive. So, pretty cool application. To show you the camera itself, which has a really nice user interface. Everything is nice and touch-based. You just, want to change modes from single shot to smile detection, or face detection, autofocus, macro, and the face detection, all that kind of stuff works really well. You can have the smile mode on and show a picture, hold it up to somebody's face, and it will not take the picture until they smile. It's really quite good, and the user interface in general is just top notch here. This is probably the best camera phone I've used so far, and Nokia's put out a couple of really good ones, but I think this tops everything so far. Here's a quick look at the Opera browser on the Samsung Omnia. It's the same browser used in the HTC Touch Diamond, except that it lacks some of the screen resolution, which is pretty obvious when you're zoomed out like this. But like on the Diamond, double taps, zoom in and reformat, move around by dragging, double tap out. If I can tap accurately. Only got this yesterday, folks, so. Of course, it goes into landscape mode. It's at times a little sluggish, but in general it works pretty well. It's pretty easy for reading things on. Samsung has also added its own media player. They call it the Touch Player. Bring that up from the main menu. It basically functions like Windows Media Player, but it's more finger friendly. Just tap through, album, artist, whatever. It shows album art.
How are things on the West Coast?
And of course it plays in the background. This menu button here that brings up the main menu, if you hold it down, it'll bring up a list of running applications. And also bring up controls for the media player, which is pretty handy. So there's your quick look at the Samsung SGH i900 Omnia, Windows Mobile powered smartphone. Great 5 megapixel camera, lots of features, Samsung's own user interface extensions, auto rotating screen, all sorts of good stuff. Look for it soon.